Man, oh man. Speaking of like comparison, some would say comparison is like the joy thief, or I forgot how the quote goes. High school, YouTube University graduate over here, so I'm still learning some things as I go. But last week, oh, not last week, was it Saturday? I think they played Saturday. Where the Aces played the New York Liberty.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yep, it was Saturday. And HA, yeah, them Aces, they've been doing a lot of front running when they was them super teams. Now, yeah.
They skating down now, my boy.
I mean, I could talk a little trash now. The Mystics done won back-to-back games, so I think the league let the Mystics win 2 games because they try and let the Fever, get that number 1 pick. But I'm just saying, they thank you. I got my dummy bro on air, then I got my neighbor in the comments.
See,
Comparison
that's
is the thief of joy.
Jovan, if you're watching, that's the evidence. I'm not the human dictionary. That is Carl, not me.
Comparison is a thief of joy. And some would say that because during the halftime, my girl Chine, she was like, I don't normally do this where I want to compare NBA players. But Asia Wilson's season is looking almost Shaquille O'Neal-esque. And she was talking about that 99-2000 season where he won MVP. It's kind of funny that she said that about taking over for the 99 and the 2000. But hey, if you're in the clubs, you understand where I'm going with that. But fellas, is the Asia Wilson Shaq comparison accurate? Dave.
So, is she on the MVP scale right now? Yes. Is she on what people would say the best team in the WNBA? I don't know. This season, I don't know if you can really say that. You can say the Liberty or the Connecticut Sun right now. You wouldn't necessarily say the Aces. And even the Minnesota Lynx are playing better this year. So you got to look out for them too. But if you look at her numbers, they are comparable to what Shaq did in 99-2000. She's averaging about 28 points a game, about 11 rebounds a game, almost 3 blocks a game. So she's doing just about what Shaq was doing around that time too. It's just I don't know if it's if you can really say it's a direct comparison, but it's close enough. I'll say it's close enough. I definitely would say that she is on a MVP rise right now. She to me is the best player in the WNBA right now. So I would say yeah. I would say I can sort of agree with the comparison. I mean, Shaq was in his 8th season. Asia's in her 7th season, so it's only a season apart, and the numbers are pretty much the same. It's just the Lakers were better than the Aces are right now. I think that's the only thing where it kind of differentiates. But if you just look at them individually, yeah, she's dominating, but it's not leading to wins. So I think that's the biggest difference. So if we're talking about just them individually as a player, I say yes. But if we're talking about how it impacts the team, I would say no, because Shaq was actually impacted. His impact on winning was better than hers. Not saying that she's the reason why they're losing, but it's not helping them win.
Yeah, Dave, perfect. You said it perfectly because again, when it comes to winning, I mean, Shaq was also a monster on the defensive side, and I would say that's one of the things too, as far as Asia's side. Like, of course, she's averaging the blocks, but again, Shaq's presence in the paint was like, you don't want to come down here. Also, it was just like that on the opposite end with the offense, and of course, I think her jump is a little bit better, and I think her free throws are a little bit better than Shaq's. But even Shaq would probably say that unless he seen me in person, then he'd probably be like, hey, I can shoot more free throws than you, Joe. I still gotta do the challenge. But anyway, as far as players and the year, I think they are comparable. You can compare the numbers. I think that's what she was going with it. As far as players, nah, their dominance is a little bit different. Of course, she is the 2-time reigning defensive player of the year, and she also is about to win her 2nd MVP, joining like Cheryl Swoops and Lisa Leslie. And Lisa Leslie was a monster too. Shout out to Cheryl Swoops. Them girls was bad. But again, as far as like just looking at the game and what Shaq brought to the team, no, you can't say the comparison is accurate. Now, numbers, I'm all for you. But as far as players, nah.
Tina Charles was like that too.
Okay, so I think she's Shaq comparable because of her 3 pre-chase. Let me say that. All right, we can't say she's dominant as Shaq in 99-2000 because they were by far the best team because of Shaq. Shaq dominated. They won 67 games. I think they were the only team that year that won 60 games. You know, if I'm not mistaken, somebody can fact check me. But they were dominant, not just individually wise team. Now look, I feel like, and then their games aren't similar to me. I feel like, and then that Shaq, he had moments when he was good defensively, but he wasn't a dominant defensive guy like
They won
AJ is
67
defensive in the WNBA. Huh?
They won 67 games.
Did anybody win 60 outside of them?
I'll check the standings. We'll go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right. Here's my comparison to Agent. A better jump shooter, obviously, Giannis. I think Asia is more dominant like a Giannis than a Shaq, in my opinion. You know, Asia is leading our whole team in every statistical category except for assists, something that's kind of Giannis. You know what I mean? And she's very dominant like Giannis, you know? But like she does have a better jump shot than Giannis. But she's winning. That's one thing Giannis, I mean the playoffs. You kind of got a history of I mean, I don't know, right? It's another story. But Asia is on the chase of a 3P. When you're how you knew that, Tom, Carl? You think you know me? All right, Carl. But anyways, anybody that's going for a 3P on your third championship, it's tough. You're fatigued. You've been playing longer than everybody else in the WNBA. You know, like you've been winning consecutively, right? Like you got a big target in your back, you know. So, and you know, she was emotional in the press conference after they lost Liberty. So you know, right now they are like, you know, they're going through a lot right now. So I get what she's saying about the dominance of Shaq, but I would think she's more comparable to Giannis as far as her style of play, because Shaq wasn't like dominant defensively like Giannis was. You know, so, but as far as a 3P, I would say that's where Shaq comes into me. Oh.
I don't know, y'all in sync because I still didn't get it.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Oh, you're a different guy.
I didn't know. I didn't see that.
You said with a better jump shot. I'm still over here like, who we going with? Now that you say it, I can see it.
Yeah.
And now they had the best record. They was the only team.
With 60, right?
Yeah, 67. The closest was
58, 6, something like that.
59, and that was the Trailblazers.
Ah, sorry, that was Kings. We weren't that good yet.
Nah, y'all had 44.
You know, we were up there. And also,
Wizards had 29.
Who?
The Wizards had 29.
29.
That was more this year.
Well, Miami have 30.
52.
Oh, okay. Okay, Miami.
But like,
who was Detroit? 42.
Detroit, come on now. Nobody wants Detroit, bro. All right. Anyways, I do want to give her a shout out though, right? Angel Reese, she does have the record with the most consecutive 25-point games in NBA history. I think she hold on, did she break that? I know she has 7. Did she break that against Liberty?
Angel Reese.
Sorry. Angel Wilson.
I was saying, wait a minute. Angel Reese got consecutive 25 plus games, and they still talking about Caitlin. Somebody needs to be stopped.
Yo, sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Asia. You know what I mean? You the best in the league. All right, my bad. But yeah, so Asia is like she said. Hold on, now, joke. Asia, like you said, by far, I think she's the best in the league. You know what I mean? And I know people probably sleep. Oh, because of the DJ business. You said what?
She had 21.
Yeah, she didn't break it in. She tied it though. So she tied the record. So shout out to Asia.
Yeah, she a baller, man. But the Aces better watch out. The 3P ain't looking so gloomy right now.
Yeah. Kelsey Plum. I mean, you know, look.
I still like Becky Hammond, and I like what's going on. You know, there's a regular season and there's a playoff. So if they can just turn it on in the playoffs, and I really wanted Becky Hammond to be the next coach for the Wizards, but she went on a better team, so I ain't mad at that.
Come on. And then look, 3P, y'all, like you said, Tomo, right now, they been here, done that. They're like, all right, we waiting for the playoffs. Like, come on. And that's why in the early in the season, we heard AJ was like, come on, y'all. Like, we got to, like she's been super vocal this year because I think she sees that. She sees the relaxation of the team. Like, all right, we coasting. We need to get to it. Like, when you're great for so long in consecutive years, man, you got to find that motivation until you get to the playoffs. Because especially in the WNBA, you know what I mean? It's not a lot of teams. It's easier to get into the playoffs than it is in the NBA because there's less teams, right? So, but Once they get in the playoffs, they're gonna be a tough team to beat. Because it's 7 games, it's a 5-game series, right?
Carl, speaking facts though, Phoenix is playing better now that Grinder's back.
Hey, Brittany Griner been averaging like 25.
They 3-1 since she's back, and their offensive rating went to 110. So
Her last 3 games, she averaged some crazy number last week, like 25 per game. Last 3 games.
There's so many
Aces
players.
better watch out. It's so much that's going on in the WNBA, man.
It's gonna be some good comp, So, but y'all need to join that WNBA chat, man. They let them know about that, man.
All right, so.